No public hearing, no old business, new business. There's only 2 items that Commissioner Eggleston is bringing to the table. By the way, our meetings are recorded. Refurbishment, feasibility study, and signage. So take it away.
So the refurbishment feasibility study, I was going to scan the feasibility study that was done for the city of Warren, but I didn't get a chance to the other night because the copier was down. I'm going to scan that and send it to everybody so that they can see what the feasibility study looks like. Basically, what has been offered is a quote to put together a plan in order to then put a plan together to refurbish the courthouse, the roof, and the things related in order to, 1, improve the overall look of it, and 2, to improve the structural integrity of the roof, and then also, he's a few things related to heating and engineering as far as the building goes. The total cost of the feasibility study is $44,100. My recommendation on this is to utilize Act 13 funds to pay for the feasibility study. This is a beautification project as a bill, and I think that considering the building is a historic site, that redoing the exterior and then fixing the roof in order to make sure that it has long-term sustainability is useful. I've checked with Dan about this already, and he thinks that it's an appropriate.
We were talking about it at CCAP, and it's fairly common.
Yeah, this is the exact same thing that Elk County did in order to refurbish their courthouse. Their courthouse is built with the same schematics as ours are. Looks quite nice. They've repainted it, fixed it up, and it's in really good shape. So the goal is to have something along those lines. If everybody's comfortable with moving forward with this, I can then at least put it on the agenda. We can do like an initiation letter with them in order to get them moving on it. And
my only question would be the Act 13 funds. I know that we've designated some of those funds toward pictometry. Just wanted to make sure there's enough funds there for.
Well, the only thing I would say is that you're going to want to check with the numbers with Dan, because I think that there are 3 different buckets.
This would be a different bucket.
So
okay.
the first bucket,
bucket.
well, the first bucket is the 13 eligible uses, and I really would recommend that you talk to Judy about it.
That's where pictometry is coming from.
Yeah,
yes.
Where so there's that, but and then the second is basically like the open spaces fund, and then the third is the bridges fund. The bridges
This
fund,
is coming from open spaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is beautification, greenways, community development, that kind of stuff.
So there's like 150 grand in that pot, as I recall.
At least, yeah.
Maybe it was 220.
Maybe
it was 220 the 2 together.
Yeah, the bridges one has more money because we get more of a percentage from the state.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That has like 200 and some odd thousand, I think. The second one, this has like 170 somewhere in there. This pot is the pot that I'm proposing to utilize money for the community or the career center.
Okay.
So if you're okay with it, I will. We have like a letter of engagement that we could bring to our next public meeting and then sign there in order to engage them to move forward with this. The only thing that I really had an issue with in this was the lighting study. And the big reason is, I don't know if that's something that Matt talked to them about, but I didn't really talk in depth with them. But basically, they're going to evaluate all the lights that are utilized outside of the building and inside the building to determine the quality and if the electricity usage can be reduced, and then also to see if there's a better way to set them up so that
Can you make sure, one thing that CCAP had actually recommended was that we do a lighting study like a parking lot, due to like employees coming back at night to work, slipping and falling, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, because as a part of engaging in whatever project they would propose, we could allocate funds to it from
Oh, yeah, CCAP, or the P Corp.
P Corp, yeah.
The other thing is, I don't know if it still happens, but USDA and others have in the past had grants for replacement of the lights inside too, or for like LEDs and sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm interested in this too because, as I said, they have a historic roof consultant that we talked to, and was very knowledgeable about how.
The Garland guy?
No, it's a different company, but very knowledgeable about these roofs and how to. And he had said that the roof overall generally is in good condition, and that really it's just a matter of upgrading and updating and refurbishing a lot of the different elements of the roof in order to prevent ice from building up and from other issues that are causing problems up there. So there's that. Are you guys comfortable with moving forward with it, or at least putting it on the agenda for public meeting?
Yep.
All right. The second is this Sakula Sign Corporation. So this is something that Matt essentially has been working on. I've been working with him on it. But we had a presentation from Sakula Signs, and so I think I sent you the stuff, but the picture quality wasn't very good. So these are similar to the signs that were utilized in Elk County, and I thought they were really fantastic. I thought they were exactly the type of stuff that we've looked at previously, and I think it would be a real improvement. Obviously, this is something that is being pitched partially because of single point of entry and the change in traffic flow around the courthouse. Second part is that it's really time to update the signage. We have tons of printed pieces of paper that are taped to the windows, and there's a lot of stuff like that that's just been kind of jerry-rigged around here, and I think that spending some money in order to get this set up would be good. So the
other thing is we have that P Corp grant, I think, that's due at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And one thing, at minimum, I think they allow this because if you're directing people to not walk here, that's a huge safety concern to me.
Yeah.
People walking on the side of the building.
Yep.
So you could probably get a good grant. I would say probably take the 15 grand we get from that and just dump it right into this.
Yeah, and so this is also, well, aside from that, this is also something that I was going to pitch for Act 13 because this is usable under it as well.
Oh, okay.
But I think that would be a good use of the funds. So there's a couple signs that we talked about in the presentation that aren't included here. One of them is on the entrance. And so we're going to change the signs, and these things are where the signs would go at the entrances of the parking lots.
I was going to ask you what those were because they're like at all the entrances, and it's like, okay, what's that big block?
Yeah, that's just to show where the sign is. So these are the signs these are the signs that would go in the drive, or the types of signs that would go in the driving entrance here. And then this was the one area that we had that we're going to do a sign because they had it over here, and then they have one that was going to be down here. Of course, directing people away. We were saying that we wanted one right in the concrete right here in front of the staircase saying single point of entry, entrance around the Fifth Street.
And then we can get rid of that rope.
And then we can get rid of the rope.
And then the only day those will be open is election
Yeah.
days.
And we just figured we would cover over the sign with a tarp or whatever day of elections.
Well, it would be nice to get rid of that rope because if there is a fire,
Oh, yeah.
we would go out
that is
that
a
door
problem.
and, if there's a fire drill, the sheriff's take that rope down ahead of time, but when there's, if there's
For
not a
for those watching
drill.
the video 6 months from now,
Yeah,
after reading the minutes.
you know, so it would be nice for that rope to, you know, to come down because there's still people that go out that door.
Yeah, I do.
You know, and if you forget,
Another thing is, that was put in here was putting some kind of letters on here that state entrance, like above the building. I'm always amazed at the people that don't know that this is the entrance of the building or an entrance.
Yeah.
I've seen people get out of their car, walk all the way around to the front of the building
Right.
to try to get in, and
Right.
so we were gonna, instead of writing entrance, we were talking about writing public entrance, like just to make the
Could you even
case.
maybe say courthouse entrance or something like that?
Courthouse
Because
entrance, yeah.
it seems like about half the people that stop me in the halls here are looking to get to the sheriff's office.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
They're getting gun permits. You have
Yeah.
to send them back out to the jail.
yeah. We might want to talk to them about editing the sign and saying sheriff's office as well,
Yes.
just to strengthen that. And we had, one of the other signs was, there was one we were going to do here, but there was one down here, yeah. Because we're always amazed at the people who don't know that this is even the jail, and then will run into them and then have to point them to walk down there. But we can put the sheriff's office on there as, you know, to get them to that point.
Could you usually put one out?
On this side of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or even,
You mean on the other side?
this side.
no, or what about even right here
Yeah.
in the yard? I don't know what kind of a city permit we need to get for that. But then you wouldn't necessarily need one here or on the other side. You know, even just driving by, you know that that's the jail.
Mhm.
It surprises me how many people don't know that's the jail.
Yeah.
Oh, it really doesn't look like a jail, unless you.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a bad office building.
Yeah. So the thing
Barbed wire around
with this is that we're hovering around $10,000 for the whole thing. So I think what we're, like a next step would be talk to Matt and have him like take the kind of specs and to get 2 other quotes so that,
Oh, yeah.
you know, or come up with like a spec sheet to bid it, because
Remind me, over 10,000 is, you have to get written quotes, right?
3
So up until that, you can just get
phone
phone
quotes.
calls.
yeah, so
Okay.
basically, I think that we'll kind of finalize the plan with Matt and then get 3 written quotes on the materials, or on, so that we could say that, or so that we can evaluate the project.
Yep.
I was just really impressed with what they put together here.
Yeah, great. Thanks for driving that, it's definitely needed.
Yeah. Well, I wish,
Now can you just remove that smoking bin for me?
yeah.
Well, wait, I thought.
I've asked him. I told him you guys
Oh,
gave me
yeah,
go ahead.
minutes to do it,
Yes.
minutes says, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys gave permission.
I can send maintenance an email right now. Did you put a maintenance ticket in?
No, I talked to Matt directly.
No, we'll put a maintenance ticket in.
Under iTracker.
That copies this anyway. Okay, good. Anything else on signage or refurbish? Any active projects anyone wants to update?
I know there's stuff I was going to talk to you about, I can't think of it.
I wanted to talk budget, but it's clear we're not ready to talk budget, so we'll do that on Monday, I guess. The budget needs to be published the 7th. Yeah. So that's next
Thursday?
Thursday. So we'll need to talk about it at our Monday work session.
Move away from that sun's getting hot as it comes through.
The boiler seems to be progressing nicely, and with the weather being nice, that's a good thing too. That should be done pretty soon. Like they were really close on it, from what I understand. Oh, okay, so, well, since we're talking about refurbishing and all this other baloney, I want to talk about Christmas decorations.
Oh, yeah.
So I talked to Matt, and I'd like to try to, and I mean, I suppose we could even try to put this under Act 13, even, because I don't think it'll cost more than, it won't cost much. Getting Christmas lights to put on the fence, and some other decorations and Christmassy stuff.
We're just getting electricity out there is going to be the tough part, but...
Well, no, there's two plugs on either side, and we just run an extension cord up to the base of the stairs and then wrap the lights around. And I just want to do it on the front of the building, but I think it'd be really nice. And I don't know if we could get like a timer going on so they're on until, you know,
Yeah, sure.
like 10 o'clock. So we're not using like a ton of electricity, but they're...
I mean, provided it doesn't cost hundreds of dollars, I don't mind that.
Strings of $100 Dollar General or $250.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Are you mentioning like the icicle lights? Or
Just regular Christmas lights, I mean, just so that they're lighted.
with or without garland?
I like garland.
We have a lighted garland too, but I can't tell you how much I was. I didn't buy any.
I figured for, you know, we're probably doing, I don't know, maybe 1,000 feet, maybe less. I mean, I don't know.
I'm happy to let maintenance spend a few $100s on...
It might cost $50. I mean,
Like I was saying up to like 300 or something.
Okay. To put Christmas lights out, and then,
He also talked about bringing the sleigh that we had down at the warehouse. They
Yeah.
cleaned it up last year.
yeah.
So
Well,
bring that up.
well, the plan is to put the big Christmas tree up in the foyer or whatever.
There is a big Christmas tree or just...
Yeah, the one that
There
they
is
used to
one.
put up when that wasn't, when people would come up. We didn't do it last year because,
I've never seen it.
yeah, it's pretty big, it's nice.
We used to, when
Oh, it's upstairs.
Lisa and I first started, we used to put it up every year, but then it got to the point where, you know, we lost, in '09, we lost a person in our office. It was just the two of us, and we could never get anybody else to help do it. And so then we just
That's
kind of
what
quit
the
doing
commissioners
it.
really helped.
You know,
Mhm.
and was it the year before when we had our Christmas party out in the hallway? The inmates, we got the inmates to do it.
Yeah, sure.
You know, but yeah, there's a big one that goes out in the lobby.
Mhm.
Okay.
The
Bring
other
that back,
thing,
bring the sleigh back, lights on the fence, anything else?
the other thing is I was thinking about getting a couple small Christmas trees and putting them in the hallway. Like, so having one in the corner there when you walk down and then another one downstairs, because they don't get any Christmas downstairs. Little Christmas trees.
Okay.
There's some other things, but
Again, I think we can absorb a few $100s of Christmas decorations.
You never have Christmas decorations.
that's the spirit, Keith.
I have 3 trees in my house. More.
He doesn't want to come to my house. I have a little fiber optic tree about this big that goes up about a week before Christmas, and it comes down Christmas Day.
Is that, do you turn that on before the 3 ghosts show up or after?
Yeah. And it only goes up because
My
one
wife's
gets out.
Scrooge too. And I do it despite her. Why not?
But yeah, I don't decorate.
Okay.
That's all, I guess.
Anyway, I'm sure we can absorb that in either one of the... Maintenance is actually a little bit under budget right now because of the staff change.
Mhm.
So I'm sure there's $300 in there.
Yeah, yeah. So another thing that I would, so, and I'm just saying this because I'm thinking of it, with the Act 13 funds, we really should look at the 13 eligible uses money and see where it's at. I don't think there's much in it. In fact, I'll be surprised if it can cover, if it'll be able to, how much it'll cover with optometry. That said, we should really look into it because one of the eligible uses is criminal justice or anything related to that. A lot of people have used the money in their jails in order to do upgrades and maintenance, and we might be able to use some portion of it in order to pay for the locking systems over there for like a floor.
Why don't we just make that a new project we'll put on the board, Act 13 usage plan.
Yeah.
Look at all the various ways that we can spend the money, and then we can circle back at a work session in the future and kind of prioritize those things.
Yeah.
All right, good. It's a good idea.
The cleaning crew started, and they seem to be doing okay. We've got a few good comments, and we haven't gotten any bad yet. We've had one or two people that didn't get their baskets emptied, but that was, after the first couple of days, and that's to be expected.
Yeah.
And I have kind of just sent them an email daily as to, now the first day, I think they missed this whole,
Half of the courthouse.
yeah.
I saw yesterday they were doing a deep clean, like.
Well, that is
they were doing
their
baseboard right
plan.
there.
Yeah.
Is the first week or two is doing the deep clean, so then,
It's just maintenance.
yep.
Okay. Cool. Well, anything else for projects to update us on? We don't have a public meeting next week, so no agenda to go over there. Anything you all know that we want on the agenda for the next public meeting, besides these two things?
Well, the fence thing, or the sign thing, we're not ready yet, but the other one, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the refurbishment feasibility study.
Now, we tabled the right to know policy.
I was willing to pick that. Wow, did you get?
I have not gotten anything back from anybody on that, so leave it off right now.
I mean, that's still a week out. I'd probably plan on voting on that. But you sent the language over to Sri, right?
He had the language.
Okay, so there's just another next thing that needs to write up. No, wait, what did we pass? Well, we passed the internet usage policy, didn't pass the rights now. Okay.
Right, we tabled the right to know.
But we know what we're doing there, so that'll be easy. And we'll need to put the
Budget.
budget out. Okay. Sure, we got some proclamations. By the way, I was thinking, some other counties that I was looking at, they just put their proclamations in the consent agenda. And then if you want something pulled out, so you want to vote no on it, then, you can ask to do that. That sounds right. Thanks, we do. You still get the chance to read it, still get the chance to comment on it, but rather than going through kind of a laborious motion second discussion kind of thing.
One of the things that we talked about, and I'd like to try to do for next year, is get a calendar of proclamations in the months, like in January, and then start planning for some of these proclamations, because I think that we
Do
need
something more than just a proclamation.
whether it's events at the courthouse or inviting people there to speak or to share related to it and some other things.
Good idea. And sounds like it's in your court.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Schedule-wise, I think I'm just here working on budget this week. I assume you are too. Next week, just here.
You're out Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday?
Monday, Tuesday. I'm in, although I have a feeling if we don't get this whole budget business locked down, I'll be skipping that too.
I don't think we're gonna have a problem. We've got pretty much all day tomorrow to work on it. And then,
Now, tomorrow is,
and even if we don't.
there is nothing else on there but the budgets.
Yeah.
Right. Even if
Especially when the COBRA rates come
Yeah,
in,
worst
we're
case scenario,
saving like $500,000.
we are
Just like
still
over
allowed
the street.
to pass this budget, pretty much the way it is, as long as it's balanced. And then when SEIU is finalized and all of that, when we actually have physical signed contracts, if there's something we have to go back and change, we can do that in a 20-day period in January.
Mhm.
So it's not like this is the last chance.
Yep.
So we're close enough on the budget that I'm pretty confident we're gonna knock most of what we need to out tomorrow. And then,
Speaking of the COBRA rates, we need to let Matt at BAI know. In the email that was sent, there's 3 different groups, because I asked Keith, I said, this is really confusing. And he said that one of them, we have to decide the rebates that we're getting. Are we going to put those towards our COBRA rates? Or are we just going to keep the money and go with the higher COBRA rates?
does it really matter?
Because we're paying them anyway.
Well,
I'd like to see the money.
I do
I
too.
don't want to give it
That's
back.
what we talked to.
It isn't going to affect what we pay, because we're still going to pay our benefits.
Right.
What it will affect is, for instance, I'm going to just off the top of my head use Ash Carr. Okay, Pam will get benefits till she's 65.
Point of order, it's a recorded meeting, so we shouldn't use a specific example.
Okay. So anybody that goes on COBRA, then will pay the higher COBRA amount because we're keeping the rebates. That's basically the decision, is who's going to pay the higher, you're going to have a higher COBRA rate for those that terminate employment.
Yes.
And, otherwise,
The rest is back.
okay, that's,
Now that let's just talk about reality. Well, now, how would that affect them? Like, we're paying the COBRA premium. Like, I don't understand why it would affect the person retiring or laid off.
is that how Matt explained it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Because there's different rates, and it's based upon whether or not we apply the rebates or whether we keep the rebates.
I still think we just want to keep the rebates.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. Why would we, that doesn't make any sense at all.
It was just the option, he had to give it to us.
Yeah,
It's his job.
I like to see the money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy, good, thank you.
Is that okay with you?
Well, that's what we thought too, but, we wanted to wait.
How much are the rebates?
I didn't,
What the total rebate?
I mean, it's only going up like $25.
Yes.
And most people, if they retire, they're on our medical till they're 65, or they're already 65, and not many.
So we're not talking about a significant amount?
No.
Is the rebate even on here?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
And the dental and the vision, they're not changing, so that's
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?